Hi there and welcome to Apple World. Diddy's realm has recently started to implode. While a large number of you might have expected this, Diddy didn't understand that virtually all of Wood was endeavoring to dishonor him. He started by accusing his dear companion and co-backstabber Jay Z of being the person who uncovered him. Those are somewhat silly allegations. Wouldn't you say how likely it is that Jay is the genuine crook engineer behind every one of the obscure exercises that go spot under the hip bounce industry? Shadow. He's the adequate beast. As of now, like R. Kelly was the keep-going time I sat on this lounge chair, so who's next? I acknowledge you all don't see the arrangement, but definitely we see the setup. I'm simply holding on to see who's next. Jay Z is setting Diddy up for what reason is everybody struggling. He ain't doing different, as Panther Wright has been on both Diddy and Jay Z's case for some time now, and fans have been adoring her for doing as such, with different various posts. Like so, on the off chance that something happens to Panther, right? We know why I stress for Puma's security. She's been correct the entire time, say thanks to God for herself and Feline Williams. It's really crazy when you consider it a return to the Feline Williams interview toward the beginning of the year on Club Shay, which, by the way, is perched on just about 70 million perspectives now, which is an impossible sum, all that it began to unfurl, like how he anticipated its God side and the opposite side, and we couldn't care less about the opposite side, period. These, large dick freaks are all getting damnation in 2024. It's up to every one of them. It doesn't make any difference. Assuming you, Diddy, or whoever you are, T.G. Jakes, any of them, all the untruths will be uncovered, that is all. And any individual who misinterprets that is why they misinterpret it. The fact of the matter is the light. Now the reality, the lodging video film has emerged from Diddy attacking Singh. It truly is down finished. And anything that Jay Z has plotted against Diddy is at present filling in as his vocation is full completed. As before this, there was the country strikes, yet there was no video confirmation or anything decisive as of recently. As you would all realize, Diddy even posted an expression of remorse with respect to the circumstance, attempting to conceal any hint of failure and play the casualty so hard to consider the haziest times in your day-to-day existence. Now and again. You got to do that. I was up. I hit absolute bottom. However, I concoct no reasons. My way of behaving on that video is unforgivable. I assume total ownership of my activities in that video. I was disturbed, and then, when I did it, I was appalled. Now I went and searched out the proficient assistance needed to go into treatment and go to recovery. I needed to ask God for his benevolence and effortlessness. I'm so sorry. I'm resolved to be a superior man every single day. I'm not requesting pardoning. I'm really sorry. How might he at any point say he's assuming complete ownership and afterward attempt to state he was in a dim spot at the time he went to rebuild that actually doesn't pardon in any event? Doing what he's done in any case, when his expression of remorse was delivered, it appeared to madden fans much more with various posts, like how we go from these derogatory and intolerable charges to, I'm upset for my activities, nah, brother. We try not to accept you, you're simply sorry. The verification came out. You apologized for one thing, out of the large numbers of things you've done to individuals throughout the long term. You're just sorry you got found out, and that is the miserable part worth. Raising a 1999 story gives an abundance of data in regards to these two. In those days, Brushes and Jay Z were focused in New York City. We should return to December of a long time, back when they got into serious trouble that could have finished their professions and placed them in prison. Puffy was captured for utilizing guns and taking kickbacks following a brutal fight that harmed 3 individuals, the way that his ex Jennifer Lopez was likewise involved. Added to the show with respect to Jay Z Teat. Bits of gossip that he cut a man have died down now that he's about civil rights and ruling the music world with Beyoncé during the 1990s hip bounce was tied in with being real and gloating about it. Currently, it's more about how standard you can go. Those events overturned all that was external to their own lives, constraining the NYPD to reevaluate its strategies. Diddy's aggressive message seems, by all accounts, to be having an effect on the grounds that Beyoncé is purportedly frightened. Furthermore, she is moving to petition for legal separation from Jay Z to safeguard herself from the aftermath, since she in no way wants to go down with him. You folks review how everybody was discussing Jay Z and how he was, as far as anyone knows, going to be uncovered as the following huge name in Hollywood. Well, reports are circling that his old mate Diddy is behind all of this, guaranteeing that he has been squealing on Diddy in reprisal for Diddy leaving him and totally isolating himself from him. Except if you've been living hiding away for the last 4 to 5 months, you most likely definitely realize that Diddy's ex Cassie and 3 different ladies recorded allegations against him, which is the reason Jay Z and basically every other person in the business have been isolating themselves from him, particularly with the new In video that got released. No big surprise, nobody in Hollywood needs to connect with the person Panther Right likewise uncovered Jay Z for having various casualties like Diddy. Sean Carter is liable for an acting High Williams to put AO on a broken plane to move her out of the way as discipline for dismissing him, thus he could step up Beyoncé, who was battling. We should simply say purportedly that happened now. I believe you should ponder 106 in Park with Mary J. Blige Free, who is a survivor of Sean Carter. Mary J. Blige, who was a casualty of Shaw Coles before we go any further into the video, what are your folks' legitimate contemplations on this whole circumstance? Is it looking likely Jay Z will go down straight away like Diddy and he also have his domain altogether breakdown? Or is everybody overcompensating because of the Diddy charges? Remark down underneath it appears to be that he is especially angry of Jay Z removing him, since bits of gossip are circling that Diddy has made it his central goal to guarantee that Jay Z goes down close to place Jay Z and Diddy's relationship. In context, I've considered this. The 2 men were once dear companions, colleagues, as well as dearest companions. Truth be told, Diddy even affirmed that Jay Z and his mom were the main 2 individuals on the planet who were allowed to call him by his actual name, Sean, who is Sean supported from the universe of diversion. There's just a single individual continue, and I call him Sean. That is Jay Z. We call each other Sean. Okay, believe it. Definitely no other person could call me Sean. This next few long stretches of time will be very fascinating in the Diddy and Jay Z circumstances, as it's obvious Diddy is going down, and it seems like he will drag every other person with him, including his alleged closest companion, Jay Z. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.